Right now, somewhere on your phone or your laptop, there's an image Grok made for you that you think is already saved. It isn't. That thumbnail inside the chat is a compressed preview, not the real file, and the moment that chat clears from your cache, it's gone for good. In the next 20 minutes, you're going to watch me pull a full-resolution AI image straight out of a Grok conversation, save it in 3 different formats depending on your device, and set up a habit that means you never lose another generation again. Before we get into it, tap like on this video, drop a comment with the word saved so I know you're following along, and here's something better than asking you to subscribe. I test new AI deals every week. If a new free method comes out, you'll see it here first. Now let's get your images off Grok and onto your device properly. Here's why most people mess this up in the first place. Grok runs inside X, and X compresses almost everything that passes through its feed to save bandwidth. That compression doesn't care whether it's a photo someone posted or an image Grok just generated for you a second ago. So when you take the lazy route, a simple screenshot or a basic tap and hold, you're not saving the image Grok created. You're saving a lower quality copy of it, stripped of detail, sometimes with visible blur around fine edges like text, hands, or fabric patterns. Once you understand that the platform is compressing by default, the entire method changes, because your goal isn't just to save the image, it's to intercept it before X gets the chance to shrink it. Let's start with the fastest method, and this is the one most people already half know but do wrong. Open your Grok conversation and find the image you want. Instead of tapping it once, press and hold on the image itself. On most phones, this brings up a menu, and you're looking for an option that says Save Image or Download Image, not Share and not Copy. Here's the detail almost nobody checks. If you only see a share sheet with no direct save option, that usually means you're looking at a re-rendered thumbnail, not the source file, and saving from there will give you the compressed version we just talked about. So the fix is simple. Tap the image once to open it full screen first. Now when you press and hold or tap the 3-dot menu in the corner, you're interacting with the actual asset Grok generated, not the chat bubble preview. That single extra tap is the difference between a crisp image and a soft, blurry one. On desktop, the process is a little different, and honestly, a little more reliable. Open the conversation in your browser. Click the image to expand it into full view, then right-click and choose Save Image As. Here's a real example so you can see this in action. Say you asked Grok to generate a neon-lit alley scene with rain reflections on the pavement. In the chat thumbnail, that reflection often looks muddy, almost like a smear. Click to expand it first, then save. And suddenly, those reflections have actual definition, individual streaks of light instead of a blur. That's not a random improvement. That's literally the difference between the compressed preview and the source file. Now, here's the warning, and this is the part that trips up almost everyone watching this, so pay attention here specifically. Grok chats, especially on the free tier, can get cleared, archived, or pushed out of your recent history faster than you expect, particularly if you're generating a lot of images in one session. If you wait until later to go back and save your favorites, there's a real chance that conversation and every image inside it simply won't be there when you go looking. I've had people tell me they lost an entire batch of generations because they figured they'd clean up and download everything at the end of the day. The fix is a habit, not a tool. Save the image the moment you decide you like it, not after you've generated 10 more. Treat every good result like it has a 5-minute expiration window, because functionally, sometimes it does. Now, here's the golden nugget, the part that actually separates people who download one image at a time from people who manage this efficiently. If you're generating multiple images in a single Grok session and you don't want to save each one manually, use your browser's download manager to your advantage. On desktop, after you save a handful of images individually, open your downloads folder and rename them immediately using a pattern, something like the date followed by a short description. That sounds almost too simple to matter, but here's why it changes everything. Weeks from now, when you're scrolling through hundreds of saved files looking for that cyberpunk skyline Grok made me, A file name that just says image47 is useless. A file name that says 0809 Neon Alley Rain takes you 2 seconds to find. This one habit is the actual difference between a folder that works for you and a digital junk drawer you're scared to open. One more layer worth knowing, especially if you're on mobile and space is tight. Some phones will save Grok images into a generic downloads or screenshots folder, mixed in with everything else on your camera roll. Create a dedicated album or folder specifically for AI generations before you start saving, not after. Moving files later is tedious, and you will skip it, I promise you that. Setting the folder up first takes 15 seconds, and it means every single image lands exactly where you want it automatically, from the very first save. So to recap the actual method, not the shortcut everyone tries first, open the image full screen before you save it. Use the proper save or download option rather than a screenshot. Save the moment you like a result instead of waiting, and keep your files organized with real names in a dedicated folder from day one. Do those 4 things and you'll never lose a Grok image to compression, clutter, or cleared chat history again. If this saved you from losing work you didn't even know you were about to lose, that's exactly the kind of thing I cover here every week. New AI tools, the mistakes people make with them, and the fixes that actually work. So if that's useful to you, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next one.